Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Banished, and welcome back to Nerdingham. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. Things, well, they're going pretty well, what can I say? We've got 281 adults, 39 students, and 60 children, and there have been a couple of small changes since the last time. So, first and foremost, I've actually gone ahead and turned off this school over here, so we are capped at 40 students at any one time. I've also gone ahead and built 6 new houses just up at the top end of these farms here. And the reason I've done those two things is because I want to get a bit of a population boom going, and what I want to do with that is use it to have, I guess, just a whole bunch of laborers, really. That's kind of my goal here. Because what I'm realizing is that it's all well and good having 115 or 116 farmers. It's all well and good having, 30 miners and 15 stonecutters. And it's great that we have that, and it's great that I've managed to do that. And I'm really pleased with myself because, again, I sound like a broken record, but thus far I think this is probably the best run I've done in Banished. But what I'm realizing is that we probably need a bunch of laborers. Having a backlog of those means that anytime I say go clear out these trees, it'll be done super quickly. And it also means, say we have 30 laborers at any one time. Anytime people die, someone else steps into that job. It means that we have a small pool of people to pull from at all times. So that's why I've turned off the school. It's going to give us a bunch of laborers. I mean, we just got a whole bunch of them right there. And that's kind of what I'm going for, basically. It will give us a whole bunch of laborers. It means we have that pool to pull from, and it means that things will hopefully work out for us a little bit. Now, interestingly, we seem to have hit the upper limit for fuel at the moment, which is 2,000, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and say that can be 4,000 and they can keep working. I also went ahead and increased the limit on clothing, which is up to 1,000 as opposed to 150. Although, I'm pretty sure we maybe want to move the tailor, because I can't imagine the tailor is going to be doing all that much with the farms being over on this side of town. So it might be an idea to move the tailor. I think we might actually look into doing that right away. So let's have a little look. It's going to be right here. And unfortunately can't go back there. That would have been a great spot for it. We could have put it over in town. I realize we did have some space here for the tailor. That would have been kind of neat, but we'll not worry too much about that. Let's see, we could throw it over here, a little bit out of the way, actually. I kind of like that. Still relatively close to some barns, but also kind of out of the way. That's kind of neat. I don't think there is really any room in town. Well, I'd place it here, but this seems like it's not a great spot, honestly. This seems like it's still... I mean, obviously we have sheep here, but I feel like over here is the spot to have. So right there for the tailor, we'll get that built at some point. And that'll hopefully work out really well for us. Now, I do want to go ahead and also get more housing here. So I'm tempted to put a bunch of houses alongside the tailor and sort of fill up this space. I'm just curious to see here. So if I was to do there... I can't really double it up, though, and I can't really build on that hill either. So I think what we'll do is we'll start from where the tailor is. And we'll go for these houses here. And just see how many we can get. So there's 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7, I guess. Yeah, we can get 7 of them. That's actually okay. 7 more houses, a new tailor down there. We'll have to get all those trees chopped down as well. But that'll work. Obviously, it's going to be fewer trees for these guys to chop down, but I mean, we have a bunch of foresters up here and everywhere else, so to be honest, I think we're doing okay with the forestry stuff. We have 3,500 logs anyway, so I don't really think there's much to worry about, I'm gonna be honest. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit, though, just to make sure stuff does actually get done. And I'm pretty sure, or at least I want to find out, we have a child of 2, 2, 1, 0, 0, and none in these houses. So eventually, you know, that's going to be 6 more laborers across a couple of years in the future, which is good. This will be 7 more laborers at some point as well, which is good news. And this is kind of what I want to do. I want to get a bunch of laborers to make sure that as people die, the jobs can get filled up. That's really, really important to do. Also, we have 66,000 food right now. I've just realized that. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. I'm not complaining, though. Absolutely not complaining. Anyway, last time, I believe I asked, you know, what should we do here? We've done a lot of things. We have a lot of people. Progression is sort of... We don't really upgrade the town anymore. We're sort of side grading, if you get me. So I asked, you know, what do we do? What do we build? Where do we go from here? And I saw a couple of comments that said, well, one of them was that we do need a trader up here, or a market up here, which we might do eventually. Let's see here. Warm coats, hide coats. I'll tell you what, they're a little bit expensive, aren't they? What about 50 of the... You know what, we'll just dismiss you, it's fine. We do absolutely need a market up here at some point, and we will get one of those. I saw another comment that mentioned putting a couple of houses out here could be a very good idea, and I do agree with that. So actually, let's go ahead and lay out the roads for it at least. So we're going to want to go multiples of 4. So 16 possibly, maybe 20. I think we go 20, and then we put a dirt road there, and we go 8 this way. Then we sort of go across like this, and we can get a bunch of houses into that rectangle there, and I think that'll be pretty good. We can take a road through here as well, which is good. Means we can go ahead and get a bunch of farms over there if we want to as well. And also, I didn't want to place that road there. I wanted to measure that. If I go ahead and do this, I'm pretty sure we could get a bunch of houses in here as well. So let's go 12. Let's go 5 and up to there. And we can get a bunch of houses into that space as well, which I think will be a really, really good thing. So hopefully, eventually, all of those roads will get built. There's a whole bunch of them still haven't been touched yet, including the roads up here. There's these roads down here as well. And that's mostly because the builder is just busy. The builder is doing a lot of different things that's keeping him really busy. So I'm not going to stress too much about that. I will take a moment, though, to upgrade these roads, because I'm realizing these roads are actually going to be quite busy moving forward, so it kind of makes sense that we might want to get some stone through here, just to make it all that a little bit quicker. So we'll go around there, down to there. We'll go straight up here. And we'll sort of go around this this little rectangle here as well, I think. So something like that. Once that's all upgraded, those roads will be a little bit faster. This one here could probably be upgraded. This one is not as busy, so I think that one's okay. And again, we're kind of just eventually hoping that this will all work out. Now let's go ahead and remove the tailor from there. And then the tailor can work over here instead, which I'm hoping is going to be better for resources. I mean, we have a lot of wool here, a lot of leather, wool here as well. So that definitely seems like it'll be closer to the things that the tailor needs. Although he is going to default to leather for the time being. That's okay, though. I'm not too worried about it defaulting to leather. I think we can make that work. And I'm also thinking we might actually end up moving the tailor again because, I mean, we're making enough food right now. We are making, let's have a look. Last year produced 53,000, used 41,000, so maybe instead of a bunch of farms, up here we do ranches and pastures and orchards and that kind of stuff. That might not be a bad idea. But first, let's just order, you know, remove all of the resources from that area. It's going to take a while to do it, but just all of the resources from that space so I can see what we're working with. And I'll tell you what we could even do. Go ahead and throw a stockpile just out here. And one over here as well. Just get a bunch of those in here so that we can store some resources that we get. So that kind of thing there should work out. I don't think that's going to be enough in the way of stockpile space, but it'll work at least for the time being. I could probably throw one sort of there as well. Not a terrible spot for it. And I could probably get away with a decent sized one back there as well. So we'll leave those be. We'll let them exist, and we'll let people start tearing out all of these resources as well. I will say, I would absolutely love to see some nomads move in here. And I know that's a bit strange, but think about it. We have 12,000 excess units of food every year, right? So I think we have enough to manage, you know, 20-odd nomads. Cattle and chickens. I'm tempted. I am tempted, but I don't think we need them. We can just breed up our own. Should be fine. Shouldn't really be any kind of issue. I'll tell you what, actually. While those... I mean, these other houses are pretty much built. Let's head up here and start building these farmhouses. And let's go for... let's go for this one. I like those sort of tall buildings there. So just a whole bunch of those. And we'll have them sort of face that way as well. Just the whole way across. And let's see. We'll do these ones for this little strip. So 1 and 2. And I actually didn't measure that out right. But that's okay. I'll tell you what. We'll just do a stockpile in there. That's not a big deal. There we go. We'll get a bunch of houses out there. Again, that'll be a really great boost to the population, which is exactly what we want. And it would also tie in nicely if we did happen to get nomads, because it would immediately give them somewhere to live. But, I don't know. I don't know if we're even going to see nomads anytime soon. It's kind of unpredictable like that. I've also realized we are very close to 300 adults, which is all sorts of good. Very, very much okay with the idea of 300 adults. Kind of looking forward to it. A child named Skylando was born. Okay. Some of the names, man. Some of the names. They are, they're something. They are absolutely something. All sorts of silly, all sorts of dumb. I'll tell you what, actually, it sort of just hit me. And, I'm pretty sure this was a comment last time as well. The quarry does have a finite amount of stone in there. And I've seen a few people saying that I should start working on getting a second one of these. What I'm actually going to do is let this one run out, and then just build another one and send the same workers down into the quarry. That way we don't need 30 stonecutters. We only ever need 15. The reason we need 2 mines, of course, is because one does coal, one does iron. They do different resources. So that's kind of what's going on there. I'm also realizing we actually have some stored coal at the moment. So we could very well tell one of our blacksmiths to do steel tools rather than the iron tools there. So that'll hopefully work out well. We'll have a couple of people running around with steel tools. Also, our chapels have filled up a little bit there. Tell you what, can we get a chapel out here? Because it does increase happiness. It is useful to have something that increases happiness. Unfortunately, we can't get a chapel out here. Could place it right there, though. And honestly, I think I might. Just right there, we'll do sort of a stone road in front of it. Just something like this to kind of make it all fancy looking. So yeah, just that kind of thing to make the chapel look a little fancier. And I'll tell you what, we could even throw a cemetery back there as well. Sort of just in behind it. Because we have this big space here. Cemetery's too small. Cemetery's too large. Interesting. All right, well, we can go for a pretty good size here, 20 by 8. That'll absolutely do. We'll get that built at some point. These guys are actually putting a pretty good dent in this, which is beautiful to see. My builder's actually out here doing the road as well. I'll tell you what. Let's go up to 5 builders for the time being and see if we can get all of our roads done. Because as it stands, there is a lot of road work to be done, so I think 5 builders might be the way to go, especially considering all of this needs to be built. And we also have a merchant. What do you got for me? Nothing particularly interesting. All right. You can go ahead and get out of there then. Let's see. Oh, this is actually coming along really nicely. Good. All right, so we'll let them do their thing. The roads out by these farms are nearly done. I would assume these roads down here will get sorted at some point. We also have 70 children right now. Good lord. That is a little bit crazy. We could probably get away with turning the 3rd school on again fairly soon. I think I'd like about 30 laborers before I do that, though. I just don't know how likely that's going to end up being. But it just seems like 30 laborers might be the way to go. Just before we turn it on. That way we have 30 people that can do jobs in case people die, and, you know, a bunch of kids that can go to school as well. Because, yeah, immediately when we had, what, 16 there, we jumped on to 13 very quickly. The number fluctuates a lot. That's kind of the big thing right now. The number of laborers fluctuates a lot because people all kind of die at the same time. I mean, we had like 5 people become a laborer at the same time like 5 minutes ago. Those people are all going to die around the same time as well, so we need to prepare for the future. I'm also wondering, where are the builders? You are apparently working. Oh, there we go. These roads are finally going in. Okay, not bad. I'm glad to see it. It means the town center thing can be considered done at some point soon. That'll be really nice. Kind of looking forward to it. Out here is about 1/3 of the way done. Resources are piling up here really nicely as well, which is good news because it means we can use those on the construction of the houses and on the chapel as well. So kind of looking forward to that. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. I think it's time that we start upgrading more of the houses to stone. So let's start... You know what? Let's start over here. So upgrade you. And upgrade you. And let's just see if we can get away with upgrading... we'll start with those 3. We can start with those 3 houses and work from there. Oh, look at this. I'll admit, I'm really glad to see that done, actually. Really, really pleased to see all of this actually getting done. It looks kind of decent. And I think that is, like, the only thing those guys have left to do as well. What have you got for me? Sheep? Nah, we good. We don't really need more sheep. I think we're okay on that front. Let's see, 60... Early autumn as well. 64,000 food. A lot of harvesting still to go. Oh my god, there's a lot of harvesting. We might break the 70,000 barrier today with the food. Come on, give me that 70,000. Well, I'm not actually sure. Just looking at it, it's kind of hanging around 67,500. Oh, 68. All right. Okay, it might happen. I'm gonna stop watching the number though. I'm just gonna stop watching the number because it's just not. There's no point. There's oh, we did it! There we go. I was watching the number. I lied. I absolutely lied. Let's see. We have 23 laborers. I'll tell you what. Turn the school back on. Get me a teacher. So there we go. I kind of appreciate that as soon as I turned the school back on, a bunch of people died to remind me of the fact that I probably shouldn't have turned the school back on. Really, really appreciate that, Banished. Really, really kind of you there. to just remind me of the fact that I shouldn't have turned the school on. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it's no big deal. Let's see. Is construction up here going ahead? I'm hopeful that it is, but I'm not seeing a whole lot going on with the roads. Where are the builders? So we have one here, one here. Okay. It says that they're working. Oh, they might be doing these, actually. That's fair enough, I suppose. We'll let them sort of tear down those buildings and get them rebuilt at some point. Hopefully sooner than later, so we can kick people out of the, they're not even in the boarding house. Did we have a bunch of empty houses then? Was that a thing? Because I'm assuming it would have been these ones. Which is a little strange. But I guess fair enough. You know, who am I to judge? We got more houses coming up here as well. All farmers, which is good news. That is very, very good news that it's farmers living in there right away. This is, I'd say, about halfway done now. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and start blocking out where everything's going to go. So I want pastures. That's kind of what we're going for here. I want a nice 20 by 20 pasture. I want to leave a gap and do another one. And I want to do another one here. And I'd like to see if I can get another one here. I don't think I can do a 20 by 20 here. I can do a 20 by 18. That's fine. So we can get those in at some point. On the lower side of them, I'd like to do 15 by 8. And 15 by whatever I can do here. 15 by 15 maybe? Yep. So a couple of decent farms there. We can do another 15 by 8 right here. And we can probably do another 15 by 8 right here. We can do a 10 by 8. We'll not bother with that. That's fine. Nomads! We have nomads. Hello. How many of you? 40. Oh, that's risky. Yeah, we're doing it. 40 nomads. We're up to 37 laborers. And 20 homeless people as well. But 37 laborers is kind of perfect. That is exactly what we wanted. And let's see here. What size can an orchard be? Orchards have to be 15 by 15 as well, by the looks of it. Okay. So let's do some orchards out here. Because I feel like that's a thing I'm going to want. And let's go up to there and go 15 by 15. And we can get a couple of orchards out there. I think that'll be a pretty good addition. And then down here we could probably get away with doing another farm of some sort. So 15 by 11. There we go. So that seems like a relatively decent use of that space, if I'm completely honest. I'm also thinking that maybe this road here should be stone. Just looking at it, because that is going to be a very, very busy road heading out that way. So we'll go down to there and we'll figure out where this road needs to go. So it needs to go straight through the middle there, but it can't because of the stones. So we'll let all that sort of get torn apart and then we can look at it properly. This will all get torn down so quickly with 35 laborers though, so I don't think we have a lot to worry about. I'm also curious to see what the food consumption looks like for the end of this year. It should be fine. I mean, oh, dysentery. Hello. Where is the sickness? Who is getting down with the sickness around here? You are. You're right beside a hospital though, so that's okay. Go on, get to the hospital. Thank you. Wait, we have 15 people without work? Miners. Oh, you're kidding me. Interesting. Okay, so we need another iron mine. Okay. Let's see here. I can't get one here, can I? I think we tried. Can I get another one down here? No. What about up here? No? Anywhere around here? I can get one... I can get one there, I think. I guess that'll work. Can I put a tunnel through this hill? That's kind of the next question. Let's see. Tunnel here? No. Tunnel here? Cannot be placed in this location. I don't think it's going to let me sort of just end off, really. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me do a tunnel. That's unfortunate.